Hello, my name is Rishi Sinha and I'm a rising 8th grade student. This is my CS50 Project 0. For this project, we had to design a website that talks about yourself using HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap. When you first open the website, it takes you to an about page, which talks about myself. One main necessity that we had to do was the users should be able to navigate through the 4 different HTML pages easily and efficiently. And to do this, I use Bootstrap's navbar, which lets the users go through every single HTML page and it looks perfect and beautiful. Another requirement was we needed to use Bootstrap's column layout. And as you know, Bootstrap has 12 columns. So I used 4 of the columns for an image of myself, which looks wonderful, and the other 8 for text about myself. And I used regular HTML unordered lists and list items to talk about a few things that I like. And what makes this special is I have custom CSS selectors, so when you hover over links, it actually highlights them, which is pretty cool. But that's not that much. This website is kind of simple, but this next page is my favorite. This is my travel page, and it's basically a bunch of images of beautiful places that I visited, and it's in a slideshow format. And I made this slideshow format using Bootstrap's carousel component, and it's really nice and beautiful. Thanks, Bootstrap. Now, on to my next HTML page, which is projects. And for projects, I like programming and Rubik's Cube. And I did many edX courses, and the Rubik's Cube, I can solve it in about a minute, and there's video of me doing it. And this is a table layout, which I used to put all these words in text. Now, for my activities.html, these are some things that I'm passionate about. For example, karate, basketball, swimming, magic, and I love volunteer work. And if you guys may have noticed, the background colors actually change in between pages. So I do this by using a CSS template, and it works really good, and it's nice. Now, another requirement was the website had to be responsive. So as you see, if you shrink the website, the navbar, which was in tabs, now becomes a button. And if you click on the button, it shows the tabs again, and it works perfect and same as usual. But if you keep on shrinking the page until the width becomes less than 500 pixels, the font shrinks. And this is really good because on phones which have small screens, everything looks to scale. Now I'm going to show you my code. So rishi.scss. This is my SCSS file, and I use this for the style of my website. And there was many requirements for this project, and one of them was to use variables. So I used a text color variable, and that's why all my text is white. We also had used a media query, and that's why you saw my website was responsive. So whenever the width became less than 500 pixels, it changed the font size from 18 to 14 pixels. Now I made a template, I made a class using a template, and it has many properties. And I inherited this template and made classes, and I changed the background colors of the classes slightly. They're all different shades of gray. Then this is a Rishi container, which is an ID selector using nested properties. Now, I compiled this SCSS into rishi.css, which is what my website took in. And it's basically the same thing, except my website, it's different for my website. Now, this is my index.html, which is the about page, which has the picture of me, the text, the unordered list of what I like, and the languages I speak, and it's just perfect. Then you have my travel.html page, which has the carousel by Bootstrap. Thanks again, Bootstrap. And it makes the slideshow, and it comes together really well. Then my projects.html page is basically which talked about the programming and the Rubik's Cube, and it has the YouTube link of my book review website and the link of my YouTube website, and this is all one table again. And in my activities.html, this is basically where there's it's just the activities that I like. It's another unordered list, and it talks about my karate, basketball, swimming, and magic. And thank you. This was my Project 0. Hope you enjoyed.